They all want to be the city of San Diego's new mayor, and they all have different ideas of what they will do if they get there.
This week, we're helping you decide by interviewing each of the candidates on the issues crucial to San Diego.
The conversation turns to the environment in tonight's Race for Mayor. Climate change is a huge issue to San Diegans. We've experienced firsthand impacts from it. What more can the city of San Diego do to address it? And where are we failing at this point in time? What's the greatest need we as a city need to address with that?
We're trying to recycle our plastics. We're trying to clean up our oceans. Those are two basic primary solutions to global warming. I feel personally we should plant more trees to help with climate control. We're having, more carbon dioxide in the air, causing more fires everywhere. And as you know, San Diego is a fire hazard place too. So we definitely need more trees.
A large portion of our pollution in our waterways come from homeless encampments along the rivers and those types. So if you do some of the tough love cleanup with the homeless situation, that also helps with the environment. And we need to concentrate more on recycling and doing those types of things, and public education. I mean, never once have I seen a product go out on its own and throw itself into the environment. Go back to recycling some more of our products that we just decided to ban because that becomes a problem. When it comes to awareness, have a lot more involvement.
I look at the climate change as a political distraction. It distracts from the real problems that we have in this city. And I'd like to say, gee, if I had a balanced budget, if I was coming in with from a mayor who was competent, and I didn't have a $3 billion shortfall, yeah, I'd be working on a lot of programs that would address the climate issues. But before we can do that, we have to get our financial house in order, and more importantly, we have to provide housing for San Diego, and we have to deal with the homeless issue. So we have to prioritize it. And I have to tell the voters, the difference between me and the elected officials is I'm not going to promise you the world. I'm not going to say I can do this, this, and this. I'm going to tell you what I can do as a mayor, and I'm going to do it.
My first priority is going to be to the bottom districts, those districts that have been de-invested in over decades in this city and that have the worst climate in the history of San Diego. These are things that we need to change. We need to change them immediately. We can't wait another 5 years for those changes. We have children that have a higher rate of asthma. The mortality rate is less for people who live in those 3 districts. They will die sooner than anyone in any other districts, and so that is an issue. It is an issue about, human beings.
You have housing policy, you have transportation policy. The overlap between those two is climate policy. Mm-hmm. Now, your viewers may remember I actually served in the mayor's office. I did it for about 8 months in 2013 and 2014 after the resignation of Mayor Bob Filner. And one of the things I did was author our city's landmark climate action plan. This is a bold, audacious plan. People somewhat criticized it back 5 years ago as maybe being too bold. We have adopted that climate action plan of moving to 100% renewable energy by the year 2035. But I don't feel like the last 5 years, this current administration and City Council have acted with the urgency that's necessary. Green policies and green living aren't just the opportunities for the wealthy who can afford a Tesla or to put solar on their house, but really that every community can benefit from that.
I was a leader in advocating for community choice energy, which is now underway, and eventually we will all have a choice of where we buy our electricity. Our beautiful environment, our beaches, bays, and canyons are one of our competitive advantages in attracting and retaining talent, as well as, important in terms of the lifestyle we all love. So that will be a priority of mine. One of the things that will be coming up is rewilding Mission Bay, and I have, in my current budget priorities, asked that we look at the wildest version of our option for rewilding Mission Bay.
We need to be more, get into more green aspects of what we're doing, and I think that we can add those even when we are talking about some type of housing. For instance, we can maybe use bamboo to build some type of homes, but climate change is very important to me. I think we have to understand the science of climate change. I believe the world spins around the sun at a certain pace. And I don't think that it's I think we have to really, really look and see what is causing it more. That's my take on it at this point.
You can find the full unedited interviews on the CBS 8 YouTube channel and on CBS8.com. They also include each candidate's 1-minute pitch on why they say you should vote for them. Tomorrow night at 5, how the candidates would tackle one of San Diego's biggest problems, homeless.